Opinion PM Modi in his prime policy clarity, global stature, political control in 2021, almost 4 years ago, India surpassed the United Kingdom's GDP, prompting widespread celebration. The nation had finally overtaken its former colonial ruler economically. Militarily, the comparison had been favorable to India for some time. The news was met with jubilation, though some critics voiced dissent. In 2024, India held another significant national election, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi was re-elected, albeit with a reduced majority. Multi-party alliances emerged, and critics from various factions rejoiced, suggesting that the nature of Modi's centralized administration would be incompatible with this new political landscape. Some even predicted the imminent collapse of the government within months. A year later, India has overtaken Japan in terms of GDP. This achievement triggered nationwide celebration, yet again met with criticism from some quarters. Stability has returned after the electoral tumult of the previous year, and Modi's administration stands strong. Despite predictions of its decline, Modi's political influence appears resurgent. Far from exhibiting the anticipated fatigue, Modi's third term has instead ushered in a period of remarkable political dynamism, characterized by decisive policy clarity, an undeniable rise in global stature, and firm political control. Modi is operating at peak effectiveness, unburdened and increasingly statesmanlike, navigating complex domestic and international scenarios with tactical agility and strategic depth previously unseen. The positive economic narrative continues, with India surpassing Japan to become the world's fourth largest economy, fueled by robust 7.4% growth in the latest quarter, exceeding projections. This growth is driven by substantial structural reforms and bold next-generation policies. The energy sector, for example, has undergone a significant transformation since 2014, with a clear roadmap to address the interconnected challenges of availability, affordability, and sustainability. India, now the third largest energy and oil consumer globally, is projected to experience a 2.5-fold increase in energy demand by 2047, accounting for 25% of incremental global demand. The strategy includes doubling exploration acreage from 8 in 2021 to 16 in 2025, with the aim of unlocking 42 billion tons of oil and oil-equivalent gas. Beyond energy, the government has implemented sweeping reforms across diverse sectors. The One Nation, One Election proposal seeks to streamline electoral processes, and changes to microfinance lending by the RBI have removed interest rate caps and established a consistent regulatory framework. The Unified Pension Scheme, implemented from April 1, 2025, guarantees a fixed pension for government employees. The abolition of angel tax for all investor classes from April 1, 2025, signals a concerted effort to stimulate India's entrepreneurial ecosystem. The BIOE3 policy, launched in August, demonstrates a commitment to innovation-driven biomanufacturing, while the employment-linked incentive ELI scheme targets the creation of over 20 million jobs in the next 2 years, with a strong emphasis on skill development. The new EV policy, promoting domestic manufacturing and offering reduced import duties for companies making significant investments, reinforces India's commitment to sustainable transport. These initiatives, combined with the ambitious PM internship scheme and the large-scale rooftop solar program, reflect a concerted effort to foster economic growth, innovation, and job creation, offering clear evidence that India's policy development is on the right track. Modi Government 3.0 has not only maintained India's global standing but has also actively asserted its strategic autonomy and amplified its diplomatic influence. This newfound confidence is evident in India's formal complaint against the United States at the World Trade Organization, challenging arbitrary and discriminatory tariffs on pharmaceutical and automotive exports, a rare and decisive action. This shift from a defensive to a more assertive stance demonstrates India's readiness to engage on the global stage. India swiftly and unequivocally refuted former U.S. President Donald Trump's claims of brokering an India-Pakistan ceasefire using trade as leverage, asserting that Kashmir will not be internationalized. Trade will not be weaponized. And India will not be strong-armed into appearing as a supporting character in Trump's foreign policy narrative. Simultaneously, India has pursued a strategy of trade diversification and deepened multilateral engagements. A trade deal has been signed with the UK, ties are being strengthened with the European Union, and supply chain agreements are being pursued with Japan and Australia, embodying a China-1 strategy to mitigate over-reliance on any single partner. Prime Minister Modi's planned participation in the BRICS summit in Brazil to present a global anti-terror agenda and India's vision for the global south, along with opportunities to engage with leaders from various nations, including China, Indonesia, and Saudi Arabia, further underscores this enhanced global footprint. India's leadership of the G20 and its role as a bright spot in the global economy, projected to become the third largest by 2029, are testaments to its growing stature. Prime Minister Modi's sustained high global approval rating of nearly 78, the highest among world leaders as of February 2024, validates his increasing influence and statesmanship on the world stage. Domestically, the Modi Government 3.0 has demonstrated remarkable political control and tactical agility, defying predictions of instability. Despite a reduced majority following the 2024 elections, the administration has remained robust. The ability to manage key allies, notably N. Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar, without acquiescing to all their demands such as a caste census or specific economic packages underscores Modi's firm grasp on political power. The relative quietude from these allies suggests a shrewd approach to coalition management. A core tenet of the Modi government 3.0 is an uncompromising stance on national security, deemed non-negotiable. Decisive, outcome-oriented action has replaced strategic restraint. The defining moment of this doctrine was Operation Sindoor, a 4-day conflict with Pakistan involving an 8-hour offensive that targeted 9 terrorist targets and 11 airbases across Pakistan using advanced weaponry. This operation marked a significant shift, establishing Pakistan's military as a legitimate target of anti-terror strikes. Domestically, the government has intensified its efforts against Naxal terrorism, pledging to eliminate it by March 2026. The Red Corridor has shrunk significantly from 182 districts in 2013 to just 18, highlighted by the recent elimination of Nambala Keshwara Rao, a top CPI Maoist commander. The four-pronged approach: modern warfare, relentless operations, disrupting funding, and development schemes has been instrumental in this success. Swipe left for next video. Furthermore, the administration has taken stringent measures against illegal immigration, swiftly deporting over 2,000 illegal immigrants from Bangladesh and initiating biometric data collection for blacklisting purposes. These actions, combined with Prime Minister Modi's inherent leadership qualities including his visionary outlook, self-motivation, resilience, adaptability, and powerful communication collectively underscore his firm control and the government's continued pursuit of ambitious national goals. Contrary to critics' predictions, Modi's third term is not a period of waning influence or political compromise but rather one of peak political energy. Whether through advancing next-generation reforms, assertively positioning India on the global stage, or maintaining tight political control with decisive domestic actions, the Prime Minister is demonstrably combining tactical agility with strategic depth. This is indeed Modi at his most effective, unburdened, visionary, and increasingly statesman-like, charting a clear course for India's future. Latest blogs.